I've never really taken much notice of art before, but three-dimensional art? Yes, the New Zealand sculpture outdoors. Well, I'm going to take a bunch of 12-year-olds along and see what they think of the sculpture show in Devonport. I've been told them they'll be truly inspired, so it'll be interesting to see what their conclusions are at the end of the day. As you can see, they're there for a good time. Well, these three guys, is there two? Was there three? These three guys seem to have a leisurely time hanging about looking out over the ocean. What a wonderful sight. I don't mean the guys because they don't look particularly pretty, but with that, they are art and intriguing. They actually draw you in to want to have a closer look at them. But look at the backdrop. Couldn't find a better spot. And this. What is it? A flying dress at the top of stairs. What does that bring? A bomb that's dropped. Incredible. Now, a piece of plastic sitting up, right? Is it the Tower of Pisa, perhaps? The Eiffel Tower? No, it's something unique for New Zealand. In the background of the Bahudakawa tree. It is pretty in its own way. The modern world meets Mother Nature on the side of the ocean. Now look at this. Yes, one of my favourites. Yep, well, that's art to me. It's a pretty girl, but some lonely little guy hanging on the side. Now look at that. Looked like a string of sunlight heading down. And I found that particularly interesting. But if you look at it, it's just strings. It is strings. And it's interesting how it affects all the surroundings. But it does look like sun rays coming through. Ah, the cow pad. Well, that's what I called it. Perhaps the artist won't be too impressed with that. It certainly reminds me of cow pads. Rather large. This looked rather boring but interesting. But lambs, I don't know whether I found that interesting, but some will. This actually moved in the wind. Now, someone saw this and said, what's the knot got to do with it? But you have a look at it. It actually has a figurine. That's a mess, but obviously people see beauty in it. It's got colour, which is always interesting. Now I thought this was clever. An elephant made out of driftwood. I think the silhouetted against the backdrop is absolutely astonishing. Yes, I did like this. Depends what angle you're at. It'd make an interesting letterbox, wouldn't it? Certainly would get the neighbours talking. No, this is my favourite, the ladder. Look at the size of that ladder. It goes all the way up. Every little kiddie will be thinking of Jack and the Beanstalk with this one. But wait, what is that at the top? Zoom in. Yeah, a little figurine, a human being. Doesn't your imagination go wild? How high is that? From the ground level, you could hardly make out that little man. I think that's exceptional. And would that be a talking piece? It certainly would have me looking at it for a long time. Interesting. Even more so. Not quite New Zealand, more Spaniard, but clever. Now that conjures up all sorts of thoughts, but obviously a nest with chicken eggs, or eggs of some sort. There was lots to be seen. Oh, here's our 12-year-olds. And where do you find them? Back in the cafeteria, of course. In the shade. Enjoying what? Well, a drink. Fizzy drinks. And they weren't alone. There was others there. But having fun, well, they're typical 12-year-olds. They enjoy each other's fun. Oh, no, they don't. They like to share their fun with externals. I think we'll see that our Grace is texting somebody. Whoop! Caught. Hello, Ellie. When I asked our 12-year-olds were they having a good time, well, look at them. Yeah, well, they did have a good time. Were they inspired? Truth? Not at all. You can see they weren't distracted, however, from, the primary task of having a good time. Now all these items were for sale. But of course this big dish, you'd need a big paddock for that. All the oversized poppies here. Perhaps the artist wouldn't be too impressed me to call them poppies. I mean, they're attractive. I thought these were boring at first, but went back and had another look at them. Now this car wasn't even part of the show, but I enjoyed it. Here's a mechanical whale. Yes, it is mechanical. Didn't really get to me, but it had a lot of interest. The famous peace sign, made famous in the 60s. Well, it was here, but a real oversized donut this one was. This woman found certain parts of that gentleman rather intriguing. Ah, these three guys. Yes, if I was of a wealthy position, I would probably have purchased these guys. I thought they were interesting and certainly conjure up all sorts of thoughts, and I think it'd be a great conversation piece. Well, something red and shaped, but would I buy it? I don't think so, but somebody else might. I believe this was very expensive. Obviously, it was very intriguing to somebody, and these were old saws, I believe, the old hand saws. This thing covered in bugs. This young fella found a friend, and I think this guy probably would like to have known her a bit better. Watch out, lady, you'll fly away.
Those 3 words, I said too much, but not enough.
My partner found this traditional eel trap very, very interesting. Well, takes all people to enjoy it. There's a lot of work went into this. I love the pose. And of course, rabbits.
Just forget the world.
I don't know if I was supposed to, but the back end of these figurines I found more interesting. Well, folks, that brings us to the end.
Show me a garden that's bursting into life.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time